Everglades, spanning nearly 1.5 million acres, and the Keys, another 90,000 in southern Florida, housing nearly 800 different living creatures.
I'm so happy.
36 of which are threatened or endangered. Many are iconic while others are infamous. Join me, Daniel Wilson, on my escapades through the Everglades and the Keys here on Real Wild Adventure. Today's our last day filming here in southern Florida, and we wanted to end on a high note. So we're headed to Key Largo to jump on an expedition vessel to snorkel the third largest barrier reef on the planet. We'll be setting off with Silent World Dive Center with the goal of seeing coral, sea fans, and as many beautiful fish as we can possibly find. We'll even dive on a statue that hides almost 25 feet deep in John Pennekamp Coral Reef State Park. Well, we're off to see the first of two locations and one of the most iconic dives in Florida. Known for its beautiful coral reef ecosystems and a 9-foot tall statue of Jesus Christ. Interesting. When we got to our first dive site, they stated some important rules about not touching the reef or any wildlife, as well as callback signs and emergency protocols. Then, it was time to explore. Let's go! Check out this stunning spotlight parrotfish. Female parrotfish are hermaphroditic. Starting their lives as females, they can later develop into super males, a stage in their life where they shift from females into males. The primary males are more or less born males and cannot become females, but the secondary males or super males can revert back into females if the conditions require it. This usually occurs when population numbers are low, and it's a way of maintaining the species. How cool is that? Ooh, and the males can be easily distinguished from the females. This is a female spotlight parrotfish. It doesn't even look like the same species, but it is. Hi, Shannon! Look at all these stunning sea fans. Each one of these sea fans is a colony of individuals called polyps. These anemone-like polyps use their often stinging tentacles to catch and clean plankton from the water to improve water clarity. Okay, so check out these midnight parrotfish. Fun fact about parrotfish is that humans love to lay and play in their poop. You heard me right. You see, parrotfish eat algae and coral polyps, grinding up the hard calcium carbonate skeleton of the coral, then pooping it out as gorgeous white sand. So if you've ever enjoyed a white sand beach, you like parrotfish poo via the transitive property law of parrotfish poo to beach life. The more you know. Check this massive starlit coral out. Like the name suggests, they can get massive, up to 6 feet wide. It's especially cool to see them here because they're critically endangered in the wild. And this is one of the cool species that we get to protect here in southern Florida. Meet this little beauty, the yellow-tailed damselfish. They have a huge amount of color and pattern diversity throughout their range. But personally, I think this one might be my favorite. This is another spotlight parrotfish, but this one is a female. It's crazy how different from the males they can look. But this guy here is a spotted trunkfish. A close relative of puffer and filefish, this cute little guy actually secretes a colorless toxin from glands in its skin when touched. The toxin is only dangerous when ingested, so I'm in no real harm by being close to this guy. But if I were to decide to just gulp him up, the toxin is strong enough to kill a predator as large as a nurse shark. And frankly, I'd rather look at this guy than eat him. Bye, buddy. Ooh, this is cool. That is a beautiful Spanish hogfish. Too cool. I like to identify and talk about animals like these because I know that I'm always curious when I'm watching videos like these as to what they are. So I figured that maybe some of you guys might be curious too. Let me know in the comments below. This tanfish on the left is a doctorfish, and the bluefish on the right is a blue doctorfish. The one in the middle is a spotlight parrotfish, but we're gonna talk about the doctorfish real quick. They're both in the genus Acanthurus, literally meaning spine tail, referring to the bony plates where the tail attaches to the body. They're everywhere, and they're so pretty. I mean, just look at this school of doctorfish with this little parrotfish. It's seriously teeming with life down here, and everything is so gorgeous. Wow, check this barracuda out. This specific species of barracuda is the great barracuda and can reach up to 6 feet long. This one's only a few feet long, so I'm totally safe. In fact, they often follow divers thinking they're predators, hoping for the scraps of an easy meal. Interestingly enough, they are a popular sport fish, but it's not a great idea to eat them because they can cause ciguatera fish poisoning, a foodborne illness caused by eating reef fish contaminated with ciguatoxin. This toxin has no taste, no smell, and cannot be cooked out by any conventional cooking methods. And if ingested, it can cause diarrhea, vomiting, dizziness, and a whole ton of other unpleasantries. Personally, I like to just watch them do their thing. French angelfish! This one was way down deep in the reef. Absolutely beautiful. Check this out. Hanging out on this critically endangered massive starlit coral are two cute little four-eyed butterfly fish, named for the spots near their tails that mimic eyes used to keep predators at bay. These guys specifically were on my bucket list. I love them. Man, they're so cute. I loved swimming with all these fish. It was so much fun to enter their world, and it was stunning. I felt like I was in the Avatar Way of Water movie. It feels unreal to be down here. A little sergeant. Oh, it's so cute. Here we are. This is where it gets interesting, guys, because this statue is known as the Christ of the Abyss. Standing nearly 9 feet tall at about 25 feet deep underwater, it feels kind of random out here in the middle of this reef. So like, where did it come from? And why is it here? Well, first of all, there are 3 of these statues around the world. One in the Mediterranean Sea, placed in 1954, the second off the coast of St. George's in Grenada, the southeastern Caribbean Sea, in 1961, and the third here in John Pennekamp Coral Reef State Park in 1965. All created and placed for their own reasons. This statue was donated to the Underwater Society of America by the Italian dive company Cresci. It was placed here because the Keys are a very popular dive site, and they wanted as many people as possible to view this work of art as possible. The location within the reef, as to like basically why it's this specific location in the reef, has to do a lot more with ease of access, its emphasis from the coral background, and the resilience this location offers against hurricanes and tropical storms. It has since become one of the most popular dive sites in the Keys, and I will say, it doesn't disappoint. Between the statue and the reef, this location offers a very unique blend of the art of men and the beauty of nature. Also was told that we could/should not touch or hug Jesus because he's covered in fire coral. And as tempting as it was to hug the 9-foot tall Jesus, I have been stung by fire coral before, would like to avoid that again at all costs. We spent roughly an hour here diving at this location before we got back on the boat to head to our second dive spot. Once we got to our second dive site, we jumped in the water and continued exploring. Check out this massive conch, or conch, however you choose to pronounce it. This magnificent creature is often known as the queen conch. Fun fact about its name, it literally means shellfish or mussel. Queen conch are also herbivorous, feeding on algae, seagrass beds, and decaying plant matter. I've literally always wanted to see one of these in the wild. So cool. Ooh, a red mangrove pod. This guy's looking for a home to set roots and create a new mangrove tree. How wild is that? Crazy to see it all the way out here. Look at this incredibly colored damselfish. This little guy is a juvenile Bugregory. The adult faces are not nearly as pretty to me, but the juveniles are gorgeous. Totally didn't see this on the dive, but I was looking through the footage and look at this! It's a trumpet fish! How cool is that? Just hiding back in there. Crazy. This interesting little thing is a pink-tipped anemone. It can sting, so if you ever see these, they are a no-touchy. A little sea urchin down in there. Check out this beautifully colored male blue-headed race. Kinda looks green to me, but whatever. Are creating a school of smallmouth grunts. And believe it or not, they're doing this to protect themselves from predators, as the fish help each other look out for any danger. sick. This is a really cool one. This incredibly camouflaged gent right here is a scrawled filefish. Did you see that? They did something incredible. It changed colors to best match its environment. When I first approached, it was darker, matching the corals it was hiding near, but as I got closer and the fish moved, it changed to a lighter yellowish tan to best match the sandy ocean floor. Dude, that's so cool! It's one of those things that it's cool to see on Discovery, BBC, and Animal Planet. It's a totally different thing to see in real life. Also, just a fun fact, they do contain a palytoxin that is 50 times more toxic than the tetrodotoxin from its cousin, the pufferfish. So this guy is a do not eat fish for sure. What a great way to end our final dive and final day here filming in southern Florida. There is just so much life down here. From the fish in the reef, to the birds at Flamingo, to the insane amount of reptiles and amphibians that call this land home. I have loved every second here. And as we head back to shore to drive to our Airbnb for our last night here, all I can feel is grateful. God has truly blessed us on this trip, and I believe that this is only the beginning for us here at Real Wild Adventure. As always, thank you for watching. And if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing videos to come. Where should I go next? You decide. Throw it in the comments below. For the rest of our series on the gems of Florida, click the playlist here. And as always, keep it real, keep it wild, and we'll see you in our next adventures here on Real Wild Adventure.